Good day, Chronicle for December 19, 2022. Belgorod region. At night, the armed forces of Ukraine attacked the village of Krasnaya Yaruga. Residential buildings, a gas pipeline and power lines were damaged. 2 civilians were injured. In the morning, Ukrainian formations fired at the Shebekinsky urban district, damaged power lines. In several settlements there were temporary problems with power supply. In the Pankov farm, residential buildings were hit, windows were shattered by fragments, there were no victims or wounded. Kursk region. During the day, Ukrainian troops fired mortars at the village of Elizavetovka in the Glushkovsky district. 1 residential building was damaged. There were no casualties. The armed forces of Ukraine attacked the outskirts of the village of Guevo, Sudzhansky district. There were no casualties or damage. Starobelsk direction. There are no significant changes in the front line. Russian troops are engaged in positional battles with Ukrainian formations in the area of Ploshanki and Krasnopopovka. Artillery duels continue along the entire line of contact. The Russian armed forces hit the enemy's concentration sites in Krakmalny and Makevka. Ukrainian formations from rocket and cannon artillery fired at Novoslavka and Svatovo. Residential buildings and the post office were damaged. Soledar direction. In the Soledar sector, the Ukrainian command is strengthening the defense to counter a potential offensive by Russian troops in the direction of Soledar. In the Bakhmut area, the assault detachments of the Wagner PMC continue to fight in Bakhmut and Opatny. The Ukrainian army is drawing up reserves and is preparing for a counteroffensive on the positions of the Russian armed forces in Ozaryanovka and Kloshchivka, Donetsk direction. Russian motorized riflemen continue to fight in the center of Mariinka, moving towards the western outskirts of the city. The armed forces of Ukraine fired at residential buildings and civilian infrastructure in Donetsk, Gorlovka, Yasinovataya, Oleksandrivka, Kartsysk, Makevka and other settlements of the agglomeration. There are casualties among civilians. Zaporozhye direction. The Ukrainian command is deploying additional forces to the line of contact and is preparing for a possible attack on Tokmak. The parties are engaged in artillery duels. Russian troops fired on Malaya Tokmishka, Cherevno, Timirovka, and Novoandreevka. Southern front, Kherson direction. Russian artillery hit targets in Sadovo, Kamishani, Berislav and the vicinity of Kherson. In turn, Ukrainian formations from barrel artillery fired at Novaya Kakhovka. See you soon.